I'm a video editor and a filmmaker from Rome.
Do you think AI will replace editors?
I think that the human touch will always be needed. But of course, like if we are talking about adding case studies with talking heads and B-rolls, yes, maybe like probably sooner than later AI will take the lead on that.
Have you watched my videos on YouTube?
Yes. Sometimes I saw like that you filmed your screen and there was a lot of dust on
Yeah,
it.
I know
So
that.
like clean it, before, just to show like more.
Giulio Fulchignoni is a seasoned video editor and filmmaker with over 8 years of experience crafting compelling visual stories. His work spans a diverse range of projects, from national TV advertisement campaigns to short-form social content, branded storytelling, and gaming videos, with a footprint in Italy, the United Kingdom, and Canada. Passionate about innovation in filmmaking, he recently launched his own YouTube channel, where he merged AI technology with cinematic storytelling into ongoing series.
Hey Giulio, how is it going?
Hey, all good. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. So, you're in Italy right now.
Yes, exactly. I'm in Rome.
How's it weather?
It's raining today,
Uh-huh.
a bit unlucky. So the sun is already gone. So yeah, it's not the best, but usually we have like hot weather here, even in
Oh, okay.
winter.
Oh, okay. Very good. Right now is in Montreal. It's sunny day, and it's about I think -1 degrees.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good for
I
the
really
for the
don't know.
winter. It's gonna be good. Yes. Here right now, I'm gonna just start with plenty of questions about yourself and your experience that you had. You've worked in the different creative fields like filmmaking, trailer editing, and now AI-driven projects.
Yeah.
So, how do you introduce yourself?
So I'm a video editor and a filmmaker from Rome. I started like to become interested in like video editing and filming like towards the end of high school. I watched a lot of YouTube videos and I was amazed by like these cinematic travel videos, especially one called Watchtower of Turkey. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's pretty famous. But anyway, like I became obsessed with it and started to literally like take notes to see like all the transitions and camera techniques because I wanted to recreate them. So I started to go around filming and editing, but it was all done like by myself. It was pretty amateur, and I wanted to like make like this passion my job. So this was my goal. So I started to study post-production and camera operating here in Rome. I also worked for like the Italian news. It was like a terrible job. Like we were going like at 5 p.m. in a car, chasing like politicians and interviewing them, preparing the edits for like the news at 8 a.m. So yeah, it was rough. And then after that, I wanted to continue my studies in filmmaking. So I went to London. There, I did like a filmmaking school. But since I was like good, like better in video editing than directing because it was new for me. After this course, I stayed in my comfort zone and needed to find a job. So the first thing that I found was like a video editor position in an advertising agency. And we did like a lot of different types of ads, long short form type of content for socials, um, and so on. My wife, which at the time was my girlfriend, came like found a job too in London, and but then COVID hit, so we stayed like 1 year like closed like rats in our apartment. We also had like scaffoldings on our roof, like on the windows with like blue covers. So we literally stayed really in a like bad situation for a year. And luckily, like I found like I was called by another advertising agency from Montreal, and so we just flew to Canada. We were doing works like mostly focused on fashion brands, and I was doing like the same, so video editing, different types of content, mostly ads. And then after 6 months, I was contacted by Unity Technologies. They needed a video editor to join their brand team, and like I went through five different interview stages, and I can't say much about what they asked me because I don't know if it's NDA or I don't know. So, but I can say there some interviews were more difficult than others. And then but there like at Unity, after I was fortunate enough to be hired, I was needed to do like sizzle reels, which is like they are like mashups of all the best games made with Unity in a year, and then like case studies, promos for new Unity tools, short and long form content again for socials, and yeah, stuff like this.
How does it like from applying for Unity and the time they answer you and they confirm that you are hired?
So I went through five different stages of interviews, and it lasts about 2 weeks, something like this. But I don't have a good memory, so maybe it was less, but I think so, like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. And what's your role at Unity?
So I was hired as a video editor to join the brand studio team. So we were dealing with the branding of the company, and I did a lot of sizzle reels, which are like mashups of all the best games made in a year with Unity. I was editing case studies, promos for new Unity tools, short and long form content, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
What's the most exciting part of working on video projects at Unity?
The most exciting part, I think, is the fact that you feel to work for something meaningful that will be seen by thousands of people. And since I put a lot of work and passion in what I do, knowing that many people will see it and appreciate it means a lot to me. So every time, like one of my works were posted on their YouTube channels, I was constantly checking comments and seeing like the reaction and feedback from the community, and it was great.
And any major challenge that you face as a video creator in gaming industry?
Yeah, I would say the constant feeling of being laid off. The gaming industry like saw a lot of fluctuation, like in the market during these years. The exact years actually that I was hired. So like the next I was there 3 years, and in these 3 years there were a lot of up and downs in the gaming industry. The time that they need to lay you off, like for business reason, there's nothing you can do. So you try to make the best in the time that you have been given.
How many years you've been in Montreal?
I've been 3 years. Yeah.
You've edited game trailers. What makes a trailer stand out?
So it depends from what kind of trailer we are talking about. Like there are teaser trailers, story trailers, or like trailers. on a teaser trailer you have to focus more on the mood and to give a general like feeling of it without spoiling like anything of the game. And it's really short. Like a story trailer is a bit longer, and you really need to show more about the story and characters. And gameplay trailer are the ones with like usually like a voiceover or of someone explaining the game mechanics, and those are really like pure like gameplay of the actual game. So, but in general, I would say that you have to grab the attention right at the start in the first 10 seconds. And unfortunately, like even less nowadays, like 5 seconds, because people really don't have time, and they like attention is really limited. So like right away you start with the best shot, something that sparks curiosity, and then continue to build your storytelling, like um, mixing like the mood of the game, the story and gameplay, to show also like what the game will actually look like, and always end the trailer with another great shot that builds anticipation for what coming next. On the technical side, I can't stress enough the importance of sound design that really complements and enhance the visuals. You have to give the same importance to it as for the visuals. Another thing is to use like game footage without HUD. So all the info on screen that you see when playing, and this will keep like the image clean and enjoyable for the viewer.
Is there any project that you're particularly proud of in Unity?
Yes, like at Unity, I would say like the 2023 GDC sizzle reel, because like for these sizzle reels, it's always hard to combine 20 plus games into a 2 minutes video, even less sometimes. But for that one in particular, I think that I succeeded in meshing up all of them seamlessly together, and again working a lot on the sound design too. I will send you the link of that actually.
Yes, please. Gonna share in video. Uh, how do you balance creativity with marketing goals in trailers? Because all of them are about marketing the videos, or for example, the game industry.
So first of all, disclaimer first, I never done official game trailers, just fan-made game trailers. So I never had to deal with a client needs regarding like game trailers. But I think that the marketing goal is always the same, is like to sell the product, right? So how do you achieve it? And I think that in telling the best story and enhance all the best feature the game has, and this goes like hand in hand with creativity. So I never felt too constrained, like when I edited like these trailers. Of course, like the only thing that you have to keep in mind is to keep the game footage as clean as possible, so without using too much motion graphics on top, and to ruin the actual gameplay or visuals, so that the viewer can really get a sense of what the game looks like.
You've worked on AI-driven projects. How do you see AI changing video production?
Yes, so I dived into the world of AI recently. I started in December of last year by launching my YouTube channel, where I create fictional worlds told piece by piece by cinematic videos. And I was really blown away by how good the results can get with the right direction. Also, like almost every day, I get notification of someone launching a new AI tool or a new version of a video generator, So for now, what I see is that creativity is not shared anymore by a handful of people who have the budget and connections to create movies or series. But now, like little creators, like filmmakers, like me, can bring to life what they have in mind and share it. And this is what I always like wanted to do. Like my filmmaking passion finally starts to be known by the public, and this is thanks to this amazing technology.
Any AI tools you found useful or promising?
I just used AI tools for video purposes, so I can't talk about like every AI tool that exists. But I think that like in my field, Luma AI, Runway, and Kling AI are really pushing the quality of video creation with like really mind-blowing results.
Do you think AI will replace editors?
I think that the human touch will always be needed, like maybe for some works less than others, but we will always need to give a direction to these AI programs in order to achieve what we have in mind. But of course, like if we are talking about adding case studies with talking heads and B-rolls, yes, maybe like probably sooner than later AI uh, will take the lead on that. Like AI is already doing a lot of work by itself, and I see it completely editing like something like this in a few years by giving some prompts and uploading all the footage that you need. But if we are talking about edits that involve deep storytelling, like movies, series, no, I think that AI will always need a lot of direction, especially to create something never done before.
So, in this part, I want to ask some questions about the personal career and journey, and if you have any advice. So,
Yeah.
uh, I think you explained a little bit about that, but I want to just ask
Yes,
about
again.
more details. So, how did moving from Rome to Montreal impact on your career?
So as I said before, like my journey abroad started earlier, like because I went to London first, but in Montreal, is really where my career has been like consolidated. My editing skills improved drastically there, but I have to say that honestly, I believe that like working for a renowned company like Unity would increase my chances to find a job here in Europe. But people really don't care about where you worked. They just want to see what you can do. I encourage all creative people to always keep yourself up to date and work on your personal projects as well, where you really can show what you can do.
And what's one lesson you learned from working in big companies like Unity?
I would say to always maintain your personal projects up to date and keep yourself interesting for the industry, whatever it is. Because when you work for such big companies, of course, you have a lot of constraints regarding what you can do creatively. You have to follow a lot of brand guidelines. So to show all your creativity and skills, really keep working on personal project as well, because many times those are the things that interest the most new clients or companies. Like I was hired most of the times because people were interested in those parts of my portfolio, for example. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that it's really important, especially in our creative field.
What advice would you give to video editors wanting to work in gaming or AI?
So I would say if you don't feel satisfied with what you have done till now and you think that your portfolio is like not enough to get the job, just enhance it with personal projects, like do 1 or 2 personal projects where you, for example, learn a new skills with like watching tutorials on YouTube and just showing the people that you can also do, I don't know, motion graphics or sound design or whatever it is, more than video editing, if you're talking about video editors. And then just be yourself in the interview, stay calm, and also talk about your interests in general. Because, for example, one thing that I can say is that at Unity, like the 2 people that were interviewing me were really impressed by, I don't know, seeing Jennifer Lopez in a little ad that I did, and the fact that I was doing parkour at the time. So it's really like random, like so sometimes you spark the curiosity of people with things that you might think that they are not important, but it's not. Like everything that makes you what you are is important.
Final part. What's the next for Giulio?
So, since I returned here in Italy, I was looking for a job. And while looking for a job, I started like this YouTube journey back in December. And now I'm working on 2 different series, like a sci-fi one called Embryon Chronicles, which I don't know. I also
Okay.
done some merchandising for it, which is set in a distant green planet called Embryon. And here, like, I really try to give a feeling and a mood and make the viewers feel like the protagonists of each video. Make them like immerse in these like dystopian environments. And the other one is like a dark fantasy anime series called Tales of Duscan. This one is like a more structured project with a full story, dialogues, characters, and so on. And like as many of us, I grew up watching, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars, and many more of this incredible universe that made me, fantasize and share this passion with my friends. And so my dream would be to create a story and a fictional world where people can really immerse themselves, getting involved with the characters' journeys and share the excitement with everyone.
There is a story whispered among travelers who dare cross the weeping hills. They say the wind carries voices, sorrowful wails of the forgotten dead. A man was once buried here, nameless and unwanted. But his sorrow was so great that the hills never forgot him.
what is the specific program are you using for creation these videos, these anime series that you have?
I start with developing the world building and ideas, and then from there I use Midjourney to really like create the images from the script. And then in Midjourney, like for example, for my anime series, is really important to keep character consistency. So I really have to like you create an image, but then the characters is always different, right? So you have to edit in Midjourney a lot and also in Photoshop to keep that consistency. Then, like, I bring these images in one of these video generator programs like Kling AI, Runway, Video AI, which is more specifically like used for anime and cartoonish like style of videos. Like for this new series, I also started to create dialogues and music made from scratch because I also wanted to create, you know, like a unique music. So something that stuck in the mind of the people when there is the logo appearing, so it will be always the same, like a series, you know, that when there is the title and there is a characteristic music. And I use Suno AI and 11 Labs for that. But of course, like then there is a lot of post production. So this is where like my video editing and filmmaker skills come into place because after using AI, I bring everything in Premiere. And I put everything together. I take like other musics and sound effects from Artlist. Um, I do all the sound design, editing, color grading, a bit of motion graphics, like where there are like titles involved, and so using After Effects, and then yeah, Photoshop, as I said, like to do enhancement of the images and little tweaks to them.
Okay.
Oh, and also like for the thumbnails because they are really important for YouTube.
Is it the future of animation creation? No?
Well, maybe the people will say no, and I'm in the middle. Like, I wouldn't say that AI will completely change the industry, but I mean, there will always be needed, like for animators, like if we are talking about really professional anime series. But of course, it will change the workflow that animation studios use, and it will speed up things quite a bit.
So, where can people follow your work?
So people can follow me on YouTube, which is my major channel, and it's called G.Fulchignoni, like my name. And I believe that you will find the link below. And yeah, also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because this guy deserves it.
Yes, please. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for being here. And I have a question. Have you watched my videos on YouTube?
Yes.
Do you have, if you have any feedback, just can tell me here. It's okay.
Yeah, 100%. Let me just pull
Oh
up.
my God, you have a note for.
Yes, I took some notes, but really, I just wanted to pull out. So, all right. So, as a first look, I would say, like, really that you can learn a lot from your work itself. Like, seeing the thumbnails, for example. Like, if you see, like, your most viewed video, like the January wrap up YouTube Growth Insight, you really can tell that the thumbnail is working much better than the rest. And usually, like, this is the Mr. Beast style that now is really popular on YouTube. So big face, blurred background, and text on top. And I saw that you reused it for another wrap up, but I would encourage you like to like change the photo, the picture, the same style, but in another position, another maybe outside, just to show like differentiations. But I also watched some of your videos, and by the way, great work. And if I can just say some small tweaks, is maybe to work on the color grading a bit, because sometimes I see that like
The
the
big
colors
difference,
are
yeah, I understand.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
But you will find a lot of tutorials on really like color correction and grading, yeah. Um, but the pace is really good, especially of your shorts, and maybe you can also bring some of that pace like in your longer videos, to make them like just a bit shorter. Like I know that there are like 4 minutes, so you would say it's already short, but sometimes I feel that maybe the pace can be quicker, like for what you are showing and explaining. Um, okay, and then the final one, yeah, it was really like to give attention to the small details. For example, like each shot, even the most stupidest one that you do in your room to show at the screen of your computer, give it really the same importance as the as the money shots, the your preferred shots, because like so everything should be stabilized. I know that you have like a gimbal. I use it every time for everything, to keep the consistency of a really like professional work. And then sometimes I saw like that you filmed your screen and there was a lot of dust on
Yeah, I
it,
know that.
so like clean it, before, just to show like more, uh, you know, care on everything. And because I don't know, I think that every small details and in the end makes the whole picture, stands out. But the first thing are the thumbnails. Yeah, yeah. Just continue to do how you do them, and it. I think it will work a lot. And I haven't looked at your description on YouTube. I don't know, but those are okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good that you write a lot of details in the description of your videos, because this one helps the algorithm understand what you're talking about. So yeah, and the description needs to enhance the title of your video. So if you're talking about YouTube growth, then like repeats YouTube growth somewhere in the description, and just write it more about that, just or make a summary of what you will be explaining in the video. This helps. And I know this stuff. I mean, I didn't know anything like 3 months ago, but getting into the YouTube thing, then I saw a lot of tutorials of people explaining you how to succeed in this crowded market, which is YouTube. It's crazy. I was hearing the
It's a
other day that,
billion, yeah.
yeah, 2 million videos a day like are
Billion.
uploaded on
Billion.
billion. Okay, so
Yeah.
so yeah, you really need to do all the everything to, and then hope, because sometimes you do all of this that I'm saying, and the algorithm just decide that it doesn't want to help you. And it's happening to my videos as well. Like some videos get viral, the other one like with some hundreds of views, and I don't understand why. So yeah, it's a work in progress. It's always learning, and but yeah. So, and good luck to you and
Thank you so much.
your
Thank
channel.
you so much for your feedback and your points. If you have anything you want to say and I haven't asked, you can
Ah,
just, yeah.
uh, no, I think that's it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so
Have a
much.
good day.